Hi. I
How
am
are
so
you?
I am so sorry for keeping you waiting.
No, don't worry about it. I'm totally free today, so I'm all good.
Thank you so much. It's nice seeing you. You look good.
Thank you. I have lights on me, so gotta make it professional.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm more excited than nervous.
Yeah, you will be fine. You will be fine. So, how was your day? How was your day today?
It was really good. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. And I was waiting for like almost 2 hours and I was like, I have to go. I got an interview at 1 p.m. So that was a little crazy. But other than that, all good. I'm gonna go dance later today, so
Well,
can't complain. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm good. I'm good. So,
Good.
let's get right on to the questions. So you play the character of JJ in Chicken Girls on Brat TV. That's why you are here. So
Hmm.
how did you can you tell us how did you get to
Yes.
play how did you get to play JJ in Chicken Girls season 10?
So, I had recently just signed with my management team last year in May, and my manager sent me the audition, the self-tape request. I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks after I signed with them, and it was for Chicken Girls, and that was actually my first ever acting audition that I've ever done. So I got coached for it, and yeah, I was very nervous, and also I was sick whenever I did the audition, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna get it because I look really bad.
Wow. You said this is your first ever, your first ever acting gig, right?
Yes.
For me, if I may say this, for me, it doesn't look like your first. You are really doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. I was really nervous for it, but I'm glad that you think I'm doing a good job.
No, you are seriously. So how did you feel when your manager called you after the audition? How did you feel when they told you, hey, you got the part, you got the part of JJ in this series? How did you feel?
I was so excited and I was shocked that they picked me because I was sick when I did it. I was so sure that I wasn't going to get it, but I did. And of course, it being my first ever acting gig, I was extremely nervous, like very anxious. But I mean, I was making up just crazy scenarios like, oh, maybe they're not gonna like me or they're gonna change their mind. But those are just dumb things that sometimes we just overthink about. So,
Yeah. Yeah, true. Wow. Okay. So what was your experience about, being on Brat TV's film set? Like a lot of people who have been on Brat TV film sets have said a lot of amazing stuff. So for you, what was your experience about, being on Brat TV's film set?
my experience was honestly better than what I could have ever imagined. I'm used to just being the dancer on set, so more like a background person. So being like one of the lead roles of a show, everybody like knew my name right away. Even the day when we were taking pictures, the very first day they ever saw us in person. They were like, "Hi, Yumi, you go this way," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you know my name, okay?" So everybody was just so sweet and so
Wow.
welcoming, and they just created such a safe environment right away, especially because I'm such a shy person. Like when you first get to meet me, and I'm very reserved. So I was just like very, very happy that they just made such a safe environment for everybody.
Wow. Awesome. So you know, since this is your first gig, can you tell us what do you like most about, what do you like most about acting?
What I like about acting, it's kind of weird, but I get to be somebody else because I'm a Yumi all the time. So when I get to be a role, especially like my ideal role to play is like a mean girl because I would never be mean to anybody, but it's kind of like cool to just be mean for like 1 hour of the day or something. Um, So yeah, and just really creating the backstory of a character, especially with such a special character like JJ. Like I love creating her story and also being able to tell it in the platform that Brat TV gives us. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. Talking about JJ, just like I said in one of my posts, um, throughout in every chicken gear, right from season one, the chicken girls always have a backstory. But so far in this season 10, JJ's story is it's the highest so far. Her story is so emotional. We don't even know what's going to happen next. JJ, when the show started, it was like JJ was going to be in the background. Then suddenly she now became one of the lead roles of the show. Actually, I started paying attention to the show because we were like still trying to get used to the change of characters, because we have been with one set of characters from season one. So it took the fans a lot of time to get used to the new characters. So I was like, it took me like 14 episodes. I think it was in episode 14 that I myself started paying attention to the storyline of the show. That's when I was like, oh, JJ has a great and a sad storyline. So do you have anything in common with JJ? Because that's your JJ actually is like, her story is more than just a story. Do you have any connection with JJ at all?
Yeah, for sure. JJ and I are like the same person. No, but she starts off being obviously very, shy, doesn't really talk much. And when I was in high school and even middle school, elementary school, I've always been a very reserved person. I never would speak to anybody unless they spoke to me first. So in that sense, we're very similar. Sometimes a little sneaky, like when she forged her foster dad's signature. You know, as a kid, sometimes you do sneaky things like that. So I also relate to that. And also JJ keeps a lot of emotions in and doesn't share a lot of her life with her friends. And that's also something that I relate to with her. I usually don't like to cry in front of people or like to tell people what happened that made me sad or made me angry. Usually I do that on my own when nobody is around.
Yeah.
So the scene where I'm crying, like that was a very personal scene for JJ as well as for me, because it's things that I feel like all of us go through at least one time in our lives. So yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something about the scene in that scene in episode, I think that was episode 10. Yeah, in episode 10, when you were crying in the locker room. What was it like filming that scene? That scene was so emotional, seeing you down there crying. Actually, it made me very, very sad seeing you like that. So what was it like for you filming that scene?
I was very nervous because that's kind of when you start noticing what's happening in JJ's life. And I wanted to give it justice as well. And we were going to be filming that scene on my second day on set ever. So I was like, oh my goodness, I have to be super vulnerable. But Shannon Flynn, who directed Chicken Girls, she created such a safe environment for me. And constantly after each take, she would come up to me and just check up to make sure that I was doing okay, because I can cry very easily. Like I'm a very emotional person. But of course, like as a director, she wants to make sure that I don't stay in the sadness like a lot of people sometimes do.
Yeah.
But she just really helped make sure that everybody was quiet on set and making sure that there was nothing that could take me out of my moment, to just be vulnerable. So, yeah.
Awesome. Shannon Flynn is actually my favorite when it comes to directing on Brat TV. She's an incredible person. So how has the series affected your life so far? How has, being on Brat TV, being on Chicken Girls affected your life so far?
Yeah, it hasn't affected it too much. The only thing that I would say is, of course, eyes are on you all the time, especially each time that an episode comes out. There's thousands of people watching, so you're kind of vulnerable to that internet world where people can sometimes be mean. So you can't control that, right? Like people can either love you or they can hate you or not really care about you. So it's just having that anxiety of like, oh my gosh, I really hope that in this episode, like they don't hate me, which so far I haven't gotten any type of backlash whatsoever. So I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, I think just feeling like I'm just out there, open for anybody to just throw their arrows at me if they want to.
Yeah. The Brat Universe is a big. The Brat TV fandom is a big. You won't know that it's big, but actually, it's big. Like I've seen, when you go to the YouTube after each episode, you read the comments. That's when you realize how big it
Yeah.
is, how big the community is. So people say a lot of stuff. People were putting their attention on, something else, and I wanted them to pay attention. Hey, there's a story with JJ here. So that was why I made that post, because I wanted them to actually see, because JJ's story is actually in the background, but I think some people started paying attention because someone said that that JJ is going to be included as part of the new Chicken Girl group. We don't know. No spoilers. I'm just stating. I'm just stating what we think, what the fans think is going to happen. We think that JJ is going to be included as one of the Chicken Girls, because we know that there is no Chicken Girls yet. There is no girl gang yet. So that is still going to happen maybe before the end of the season, or maybe from the next season, because I know there's going to be another season. It's not just going to end here. So who is your inspiration when it comes to acting?
When it comes to acting, I would say my boyfriend. My boyfriend's actually an actor. And I see him work really hard. We live together, so I see it hands-on, like how much he works. Right now we're actually doing a musical together.
Wow.
And he has an actual speaking role. I'm just a dancer, an ensemble. So I see him working on that script literally every day. And like when I do Chicken Girls, I also like go to him for him to help me, like, hey, what do you think I should do here? Or he goes through the lines with me to make sure that I'm all ready to film it. So he's a very hard worker, and I hope to also work just as hard when it comes to acting like he does.
Okay. Is he the next question I wanted to ask you is related to what you just answered. The next question is like, what inspired you to journey into acting? What made you start to say, hey, okay, I'm gonna try this? What made you journey into acting?
So actually, I went to a performing arts college, and for dance specifically, and they wanted their dancers to be triple threats. So we had to take acting classes. And of course, like the first teacher that I had didn't really spark my interest with acting, but the second one, he was just so different and so patient, and was just open to everybody's choices when it came to like monologues or scenes and everything, and just kind of pushed you to do it better in a way, but never shut you down with the choices that you would make. So when I was with him in the class, he just really made me so comfortable when it came to acting, because I was like, oh, well, every single time that I've done acting, I've only been shut down with the choices that I made, and he never did that. So yeah, that's honestly like what made me realize like, wow, acting is such a beautiful art, and I for sure would love to pursue it, as well as, of course, dancing. But yeah.
Mhm. Wow, wow, awesome. Thank God you came into acting, because I can't actually right now thinking about it. I couldn't have pictured anyone else, in that role of JJ. So thank God you were there, and you did what you had to do. So thank God.
Yes.
So can you tell us something? Can you tell us something else that we, the fans, don't know about you? Something else that we don't know about you that you would like us to know?
Yeah, so I feel like maybe the fact that I was born in Lima, Peru, in South America.
Oh.
And yeah, and a lot of people don't know that because I was also raised in Oklahoma in the US. So, but I was there like majority of the time, but I do have so much family in Peru and I only send them so much love. I'm actually going to be there in about 3 weeks for my sister's wedding. So
Wow.
I'm very excited because I haven't seen my family in a very long time.
Whoa.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm like from everywhere. I'm also half Japanese, so I have family also in Japan. All the cultures.
Yeah, because I noticed when I was actually, before this interview, I was actually trying to learn how to pronounce your name.
Ayumi.
Yeah. I later got it at him, but I was like, this name uh is not English. So
Yeah.
I was like, she has to be from somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe she's not from Earth actually.
Yeah, my name is Japanese.
So yeah, I noticed it was Japanese when I tried pronouncing the second one. Is that Matsumoto? Did I get that
Yes,
right? Matsumoto.
perfect. That's it. You did it.
Okay, okay. So finally, what message would you want to give to the fans of Brat TV, to the JJ fans out there? Because there have been a lot of edits. I don't know if you have seen it, but there have been edits on the internet about JJ. So what message do you have for your fans, and also for startup actors out there, who want to start doing acting just like you? What message do you have for them?
For the actors that want to pursue acting, just don't give up. Like whenever I used to live in Oklahoma before I moved to LA, I had so many people give me the "you're crazy," look. Like you don't want to go over there. You got to go to college in Oklahoma and work at a medical center or something. So I took a leap of faith. Don't listen to anybody's opinions and doubts. Trust yourself, and anything that you set your mind to, if you work hard enough, you can achieve it. Like the sky is not the limit. There's a whole universe and a whole galaxy. And yeah.
Awesome. Um, Before I let you go, I couldn't resist. I have to talk about, you are such a good dancer.
Thank you.
I've been I've been watching most of your dance videos, including seeing you alongside Lizzie dancing. Lizzie is such a great dancer.
Yes.
I respect and enjoy what she do. The same goes to you. I love your dancing. Even if I wasn't sure you were going to say yes to this interview in the first place. I wasn't sure, and I'm happy that you.
What?
I'm happy that you did that. You responded back. So thank you very much. Keep on posting those dance video. I enjoy it, honestly.
Thank you.
I wish I could dance. I wish I could learn how to dance just like you do.
Hey, come out to LA. Where are you at in the world?
I'm really really far away from you.
Really?
I'm in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, actually. From Nigeria in
Wow.
Africa.
I want
So,
to go to Africa so bad. That's like
oh,
a dream. I
Yeah,
want to.
you should come. It's like a different world altogether.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. No, thank you so much for having me. Like this was so awesome. And of course I'm gonna say yes. Like you seem super sweet, and the edit that you made of me, like I really did mean it. JJ has such a special place in my heart. So thank you for making that and just, spreading her story out.
Yeah, so JJ, thank you so much for joining us on the Brat Universe. It's a huge honor having you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And we can't wait to see what's in store more for JJ in the coming episodes of Chicken Girls, and any future other season with JJ, or any future other film with JJ. We can't wait to see you out there. So thank you very much.
Yay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.